Hello, this is Ten from Tability, and this is going to be the first of your onboarding videos. So in this video, we're going to look at how you can create a plan, your first plan in Tability. And to make things easier, we're going to use the data that is here, the plan that is here. This is a post that is here to help people that are new to OKRs. It has a plan that is simple and focuses on three things. Sorry, I'm going to find the plan. So there's an objective that focuses on growth, an objective that focuses on the customers, and another objective that focuses on the team. So this is what we're going to add to Tability now to create our company OKRs. So if you just credit the platform, so things should look like this, except for that part. This is because this is my sandbox, so I use it a lot. But you would have like normally a sample plan that has been created for you to just give you a sense of what the platform can achieve. Now, this is my first, we're going to create a plan together. The plan is a container for your goals, right? So think of it as, there's a plan for the company goals, there's a plan for the marketing team, there's a plan for product team, etc. I'm not going to talk about these other sections, like we'll cover that in the next videos. So the first thing I need to do is to create a plan. So I'm going to go to the plan section here, and then I'm going to hit this button to create a new plan. I'm going to give it a name. And so the way I like to name things is to just say, for instance, company OKRs. And then I put the quarter here. So 2023, let's say that we're creating a plan for next quarter. Like I'm today with the 30th of March. So there's just one day left. And so I'm going to put it like this. Now that thing, the check-in frequency, this is how Tability, you're telling Tability how often it should send reminders to the team. So if you track goals on a quarterly basis, I would suggest that you do weekly check-ins. If you did an annual plan for the entire year, then this is where I would probably pick a monthly frequency of check-ins. So I really, really recommend you to do weekly check-ins because that is what helps people keep those goals in mind, right? So, and the check-in experience in Tability is really easy to do, so don't be afraid of that. If you had a bad experience before with another tool and people used to find it painful, it's not going to be the same with Tability. It's going to be really easy for you to do these check-ins. So, quarterly plan, weekly check-ins. Now, after I hit create, I'm going to be taken to an experience that looks, this is basically a dedicated goal setting editor that is here to remove all the things we don't need from the view and give you a space where you can really focus on what you're trying to, the plan that you're trying to create. So now I'm going to start writing my plan. So here, I had to create an efficient growth engine, be obsessive about the customers, and build a team of all-stars. So we do have other things that I'll probably cover in a different video, right? You can actually use the AI to generate goals. We do have templates. But here we know what we want to add to the platform, so we're just going to use the editor directly. Okay, so first is create an efficient growth engine. And then the way I like to add goals, I like to start by creating all the objectives first, and then I'm going to fill in the key results and then the initiatives. I'll talk about the initiatives at the end. So create an efficient growth engine. Okay, be obsessive about the customers and build a team of all stars. There you go. So I have my three objectives, and as you can see, you can just like type and press enter. It's really easy to do. And now for this objective, I can add a key result. So the three key results that we have is grow MR from a certain number to another one, achieve CAC payback period, etc. So I'm just going to do a couple of examples here, and just for the sake of time, I'll probably skip that video or skip that bit or just accelerate the video so that you don't have to sit with me typing. I'm not the best typer, but I just want to show you two things. So to add your key results, so you can either go back to the objective, press enter and press tab. That's one way of doing it, or you can just click that thing here plus key result and that's going to pop up the same form. Okay, so I'm going to type, I'll probably like skip, but well, actually, let me do a couple of those together and then I'll accelerate all of this. So the first one was grow MRR from, let's say, 40, as you can see, I'm not the best typer, 44K to, let's say that we want to get to 55. The other one was to grow the number of customers. From, let's say that we had 450 to 560. Okay, all right, I'm gonna do the rest of it. So once again, so what I like to do is first I'm typing all my key results, and then I'll come back and I'll edit the target. You'll see that in a minute. Okay, so see you in a second. Okay, so we're back. And as you can see, so what I did is like I typed all my key results here. There's one thing that I want to look at. So you can see the way I like to write key results is by saying for each one of a measurable outcome, like where we're starting and where we want to end. So we want to grow MR from 40 to 55. We want to grow number of customers from 450 to 560. Same thing if you're reducing something like the CAC payback period, which is like how much time it takes you to get the money back on, it's like if it takes you like, let's say $1,000 to acquire one customer, how much time does it take once that customer pays you to get that money back? And then there's one here that is different, right? So because this one, we want to do 20 interviews during the quarter, we're going to start at 0, we're going to track it to 20. So the next step is to update this thing here, because by default, Tability set everything between 0 and 100%. But what's really good is that in Tability, you can actually edit those targets to track exactly what you want, to indicate what you want. So here we want to get to, I think it's 50K, 55. So 55, and we're starting at 40, and I'm going to add MRR here as well. And this here is important because it's going to help the team understand exactly what we're trying to track when they have to do the check-ins. And this is, once again, what contributes to make that check-ins experience super easy to do. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to actually do something a little bit different. So here, reducing the payback period. So our target is to do a 6 months payback. And we're starting at 14, which is going to reverse that chart here. Now, another one that is going to be interesting is that 20 interviews with existing users. So in this case, we're starting at 0, which is why I didn't say like from 0 to 20. It sounds a little bit silly. So I'm just going to do 20 interviews here. Okay, so once again, I'm going to skip this and then you're going to come back to a plan that is ready to go. Okay, see you in a second. All right, so now you can see in this plan that everything has like the proper type of the proper type of target. I'll do another video about like the different kinds of targets, because what you can see here, if you didn't have a metric, you can select this and then select the no metric target, stay above, stay below KPIs, etc. Now, what I will say here, okay, sorry, I had like a little bit of a blank. Okay, what we need to do next is to add initiatives, because one thing that is particular in Tability, so you can see here, there's a new option right below those key results. Here, you can add tasks. And so this is a way for us to help you. We're not going to replace Jira. We're not going to replace your ClickUp instance, but we want you to be able to understand what initiatives is your team or yourself, like what are the things that you're doing to try to move a needle on that? Because just having the goals by themselves, it's a good thing, but it's not a complete picture of what's happening during the week. So you can, start writing the things like, let's say, I can put like launch new pricing plans, for instance. But you can also, and this is where maybe I'll show you the AI stuff that we have, the goal setting AI. So here you can see I have an option to generate tasks. So I can just click on that. It's going to take the text that is in the key result And then if I hit generate, the platform is going to add a set of suggestions here, right? So you can change that. So once this is added, if I didn't want to do this, I can just remove it. But this is like a quick way for you to start having a set of tasks that you can associate to your goals. Obviously, I expect you to already have some ideas, so don't hesitate with your team to start listing those things. My recommendation, you don't have to write down everything at the beginning, right? It's like it's more important perhaps to just like write down your goals and start tracking yourself on the goals and the tasks, etc. It will come as you start working on things. Now, there's a last thing that we want to do before we publish our plan is to make sure that these key results are attached to the right people. Because these people here, this person, that's the person who's going to receive a weekly reminder. At the beginning, when we created our plan, we had to select the check-in frequency. And so right now, everything is attached to me, which means that I'm going to be the only one getting notified and having to update progress on the goals. One thing that is a good practice is to share that ownership with other people around you. And especially what you want to make sure of is that no one should really have to create more than, I'd say 7 status reports per week is already like a lot. And the reason why you don't want to give too much to people is because the more someone has to, imagine you have to write down like to do 15 check-ins at the end of a week or the beginning of a week. It's going to be really painful and people are going to put less effort or less thoughts into thinking about what they can do to help move the needle on these goals. So what I'm going to do, for instance, we might have someone like Will, which is my alter ego in this platform that is in charge of customer success, and then someone else here that is in charge of the team stuff, right? So this looks a little bit better in terms of picture. So in terms of the task, I'm not going to get reminders about this unless this is something that needs to happen this week. Okay, so you can set up some deadlines, and I could say that the due date is so next week. And so on the week of the 4th, I'm actually going to start getting reminders from the platform about something that I need to achieve by the end of the week. Okay, so this is our plan. It's looking pretty good. So we're ready, and so I can now publish it. Now that my plan is published, this is the tracking view of the plan. So we're going to spend just a couple of minutes to explain what you can see here. And by the way, if you made a mistake and you want to go back and edit things, you can just click on edit content and then you're back into the editing mode. Okay, so save and you're on the tracking, click on edit content and you'll be back into that editing mode. So first of all, here you can see the objective, right? So create an efficient growth engine, be obsessive about the customer, build a team of all-stars. Underneath those objectives, we can see our key results. And then you can see here, there's a 0 out of 1, 0 out of 4. Well, this indicates that these goals have a set of tasks. And so you don't have to go back into edit mode to add tasks because we want you to be able to do that during the week. So here, do 20 interview with existing users. I could start being like, oh, I forgot to put something. So what do I need to do is, so build a list of users to contact, send comms, right? So I just added 2 tasks here. Let me close this. Okay, so at the top, you're gonna see a timeline, right? So how much time do you have left to achieve these goals? You can see that our plan is published, but it's not yet started. If your plan is started, this will be blue and it would say active. So this will start soon. And so I'm going to start getting reminder every Monday, starting the week of April 1st. This is progress on the key results, progress on the tasks, and the net confidence score. I'll talk about it a little bit later in a different video, but to give you an idea of what it is, it's basically a number that takes the number of things that are green minus the percentage of things that are green minus the percentage of things that are red. And that gives you a confidence score. And this is to help you compare, understand quickly, if you look at multiple teams, does the team have a high confidence or does the team have a low confidence around their goals? Okay, so that's a tracking view. We have all the things, if you were more interested in understanding the tasks that you have for a specific goal, you can go to the tasks view here. And so this now is a view where for each one of the objectives, you're going to have like a small like now, next, later, this week, next week, later type of roadmap that is here to help you plan the work that you want to do. And so if I move this into the, for instance, like next week column, this week column, you can see that there's now a deadline that has been set. Same thing here. I can say that, I want to send it comes next week. Launch a pricing plan, for instance, should happen next week as well. If you want to have like a longer view of this, because you're like, well, next week I want to plan things ahead of time. So you can switch to the timeline view. And from here, you can just move things, right? And say that actually, this is going to happen over here. The customer feedback survey is going to come a little bit later. Okay. Now, the insights view is going to show you metrics around the execution that you have of this plan. So you're going to see like once we start measuring progress and adding check-ins, we're going to be able to see like compare the progress on the key results versus the progress on the work that the team is doing. So how many things have been closed. And you'll see a bunch of other trends, right? So let me show you, I'll do one check-in so that you can start seeing how things work. And so creating a check-in is super easy. So you're going to come to the platform, open up, click on any of the goals that you have, click on the create check-in experience. Click on the create check-in button. And from here, actually, let me change that goal, right? So and I'll show you a different way to change your goal. So because here it says 40K to 55K, but I want this to be a bit more detailed. So instead of doing 40K, I'm going to do this and that, right? So there you go. So that when I do my check-in, I can just report, for instance, like let's say that we had 42,500. There you go. And so now I'm starting the quarter a little bit hot. We're doing pretty good, off to a great start. Okay, and you can see here from this view. So to explain a little bit, the way we think about check-ins, we want you to be able to, as you type, as you put your metric, look at the past trend, because this is going to help you make a better judgment, as well as looking at the work that needs to be done still. And that's it. So now I've created 1 point. As you go week after week after week, this is going to help you create trends. I have my first green check-in here, meaning that my confidence score, like right now, we're at 13 NCS, sorry, because it's looking at how many, the percentage of things are green, right? And that's probably like, I guess, 13%. This is a gray. Okay, so this is the plan creation experience. So what we've seen in this video is how you can create a plan, how you can add your goals, change your target, change your owners. You do not have to wait for the platform to send you a reminder if you want to start doing check-ins. You can do a check-in at any point of time. And as you start doing your check-ins, you're going to see that graph like gets populated. And so if you just need one plan to get started, then you can just do this. In the next video, we're going to look at how you can add sub-plans. So let's say that we have like a product OKRs, design OKRs, engineering OKRs, and we want to add those plans underneath and look at how things can be aligned. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.